Today I have a dog book because we did recently read about pigeons and we read about a cat. So today's book is Officer Buckle and Gloria, and it is by Peggy Rathman. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Knappville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. Sounds like he's not being very safe there. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Knappville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. See, the kids are snoring there in his assembly. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. See Mrs. Topple standing on the swivel chair. Uh-oh. All kinds of safety rules are being broken. Then one day, Knappville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. "Children, this is Gloria," announced Officer Buckle. "Gloria always obeys my commands. Gloria, sit." And Gloria sat. So here we go. We have Officer Buckle in his car with Gloria. And then we have him over here, and she's showing how good she is at sitting. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. So notice the kids have their shoes untied there, but notice the dog. The dog is not acting like a normal dog, right? It's standing up, holding up its paw. And so it got the kid's attention, but when he turns around, she's just looking like a normal dog. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. See why the kids' eyes are popping there. The dog's got his head upside down. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. See, every time the kids look, the dog is doing something funny, but when Officer Buckle turns around, the dog is just sitting like a regular dog. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. See, the dog is pretending to sit on a tack and jump up in the air. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. You notice the dog. Oops. The dog is doing all kinds of crazy things over there, all behind his back. He has no idea. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Knappville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. See, the kids drew pictures of all the things they saw the dog doing. But did Officer Buckle see the dog doing these things? Nope. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along that police dog. See, look at the cute letter from the kid. And then all the people calling him. He's not used to this because usually people think his speeches are boring. But why are they not boring anymore, friends? Why do you think? Could be Gloria. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Okay, you see the kids there. They're all watching as the dog is flipping. And the dog is giving out autographs. But does Officer Buckle see any of that? Nope. He doesn't. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. Look at all the people that are there. They're actually videotaping this time. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. See how the dog is pretending to be shocked by electricity, and he still doesn't see it. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. Look at how surprised he's dropping his popcorn. He can't believe what he's seeing. You can see the TV in the background. It's showing the crazy stuff the dog is doing behind him. He never knew. He never knew until now. What do you predict he's going to do now that he realizes the dog's doing all this stuff? The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. So look at the dog is looking all lonely. Dog doesn't know how to do this by itself. And Officer Buckle, he's feeling all grumpy that people weren't really interested in him, huh? They were just interested in the dog. Remember, they just said that they had the worst accident ever. I'm going to show you this picture, and it looks bad. It started with a puddle, a banana pudding. Splat, splatter, splush. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. So look at that lady. She was on the swivel chair like she shouldn't have been. So she fell. Look at the kids in the banana pudding. Everybody is falling down. It looks like a crazy mess. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Remember who had sent that earlier, right? Wasn't her name Claire? Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. So there's Claire. You see the star, the letter from Claire. And you see the doggy giving a kiss and the man giving a pat to the dog. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. The end. So they look like they decided they're better as a team. They work better as a team. Friends, I hope you enjoyed that story as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. And it's really important to remember our safety tips, right? We're going to stay safer if we follow rules and do things that our parents are telling us to do to be safe. But you can't forget your buddies. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you soon. Why don't you tell me if you like this book or not and why? You can put it on Google Classroom. Thanks for watching.